As somebody who doesn't like Trump, myself, the elites were right about Donald Trump, right? I'm a never Trump guy. I never liked him. I can't stomach Trump. I think that he's noxious and is leading the white working class to a very dark place.
That is not the format.
There are no indications of foul play here.
Join us again this week for another episode of As the GOP Turns.
Will not be seen tonight in order to bring you something completely absurd.
Terrorist attack, given the wide open.
Welcome back to everybody's favorite family game show.
My heart is loyal only to the American people.
It's Hack of the Week with our returning champion, Donald J. Trump. There's nobody who's a hackabilly like he is. It's Donald Trump. How you doing there, buddy?
Terrible. And nobody's seen anything like that. No, from that standpoint, it's been terrible.
False news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish simply aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
No, I'm not going to give you a question. I'm not going to give you a question. You are fake news. I put America first. I always did, and I always will. As your president, I put America first every single time, every day, and every night.
The notion that everyone needs to be tested is just simply nonsensical.
If you don't test, you don't have any cases. If we stop testing right now, we'd have very few cases, if any.
Even if it's true, look, is there something wrong with speaking to world leaders?
There's a new plan at the White House for how to deal with coronavirus testing at the federal level in states across the country. Jeff Bennett reporting that the Trump administration is planning to end its funding and support for coronavirus testing sites at the end of this month.
My only loyalty is to you, the people. I always put America first every single time. We're going to make this into an incredible country that can afford to take care of its people, and then we'll worry about the rest of the world. The only way they can do anything is if they cheat like hell, and we've been victims of that.
Right off the bat, no holds barred. What a hack. That's outstanding work. That's 10 points.
We don't need the votes. We just want to make sure that they don't cheat.
Only gonna lose if the Democrats cheat, and you don't even need votes to win. All you gotta do is get the ones you had, and whatever. That's 20 points.
My heart is loyal only to the American people. I just feel for the American people.
And now it's time for round two, where the points double. You better get ready. What do you got, Donald?
Our primary focus is not to get out the vote. It's to make sure they don't cheat. Because we have all the votes you need.
Very focused to not get out the vote. Well, that sounds like what you said last time. Oh, there's more. Well, of course there is. I'm sorry, Donald, go right ahead.
If I lose, I'll tell you what's possible. Because they cheat. That's the only way we're going to lose, because they cheat. They cheat like hell. If they don't cheat, we win this state easily. Okay? They cheat. They have no shame. They cheat. They cheat. They cheated in the last election, and they're going to cheat in this election, but we're going to get them.
Idiot. He smile when I give him soccer ball like child. He probably thinking bowling ball. Where are finger holes, he say?
You seriously believe you have all you need, or is that just a bunch of bullshit? Well, that's why we play this game for sure. That's 40 points.
We have more cases than anybody in the world. But why? Because we do more testing. When you test, you have a case. When you test, you find something is wrong with people. If we didn't do any testing, we would have very few cases.
With 1988, 1888, and 1488, I said, and people were coming, are you going to apologize? And media is coming, are you going to apologize and change your ad? I'm going, absolutely not.
We need to bring back real square-jawed, masculine fellas who ain't afraid to hit a truck tire with a sledgehammer, using their big, veiny arms, like Mark Jerry Taylor Green. This guy's real tough. Looks like he's made out of thumbs. And he ain't afraid of hollering at a colleague.
You don't have enough intelligence.
The president. or even a school child.
You're attacking our Second Amendment. You have nothing to say.
Shoot down common sense gun legislation and smart enough to shoot hogs from a chopper. Sean Taylor Greene was the only one who had enough balls to say COVID-19 safety measures were exactly like the persecution of Jews during the Holocaust. Right, Piglet? Oh, so cast your vote for Jeremy Band-Aid cream for Georgia's 14th district.
We test more than anybody by far. And when you test, you create cases. So we've created cases. I always put our term, America first. Very simple, America first.
Now that's some hackabilly. Get ready for round 3.
If I ran with an honest vote counter in California, I would win California. But the votes are not counted honestly.
Could not possibly be any other way for Donald Trump to lose. If that's not hackery, I don't know what it is. I tell you what, man, that's 60 points.
If Jesus came down and was the vote counter, I would win California. Okay?
If Jesus came down to earth, you'd make him count votes? May I remind you, he's the Son of God. He can cure disease and walk on water. You want him doing clerical work in the Sacramento County Registrar's office.
Oh, that's right, Seth. If Jesus Christ himself came down, Donald Trump would have won because Jesus Christ himself would have counted the votes in California. And as we all know, Donald Trump is beloved in California if it wasn't for the 3.5 million illegal votes. Of course, every state would be easy as long as they don't cheat. Hey, man, way to go. That's up to 100.
By having more tests, we find more cases. Therefore, we test, we're going to have more cases. By having more cases, it sounds bad. I don't think you need that kind of testing or that much testing. As your president, I will put African Americans first, Hispanic Americans first, Asian Americans first, women first, men first. People with diplomas from the top schools first, people without a diploma, that we had them all.
But quite frankly, Donald, I expected a lot more from you. Usually you're such a fine hack. Oh, what's that? You want to try one more time to get the hack of the week grand prize?
They've only hardened my resolve to use my time on earth to make America great again for all Americans, to put America first. Going to put America first. I've always said testing is somewhat overrated because what happens after somebody takes a test? What's going on there?
Outstanding work, Donald. Let's see what you got. I'm sure it's going to be a barn burner.
Powerful images, these massive lines stretching for miles at COVID testing sites from Texas to California and Florida, as more than a dozen states face major testing problems more than 6 months into the pandemic.
Out that America First champion Donald Trump was secretly engaged in an endearing act of personal kindness for one young man who was afraid of the virus and needed help. This is truly a heartwarming story of an American president helping an American citizen get through the pandemic.
In California, where lines just to get a COVID test stretch for blocks. In Arizona, one of the hardest hit states, the wait is up to 12 hours.
The turnaround time for our testing in Arizona is really bad. You can get your test, and those results may not come back for 7 or 8 days.
New reporting from journalist Bob Woodward, his new book called War, the veteran reporter, writing that during the early days of the pandemic, while it was raging here in the U.S., that then President Trump secretly sent a number of those rare COVID test machines to Vladimir Putin for Putin's personal use.
Testing is overrated. That was May 7th, 2020. And the New York Times reports that Trump discussed sending COVID tests to Putin in a May 7th telephone call.
Here's what they said. Putin, please don't tell anybody you sent these to me. Trump, I don't care, fine. Putin, no, I don't want you to tell anybody because people will get mad at you, not me. They don't care about me.
Well, that's some hackery crap from way back. It's a throwback.
God, he's going to have to change his campaign slogan to America, but first.
Oh my God, that's absolutely incredible. You're going to get an extra 200 points for that for our grand champion. Once again, our hack of the week can be no other than Donald Trump. I'm Zachariah, Lone Star Liberal. Join us next time, and surely Fox will put up a good challenge. They usually do. I'm Zachariah. Y'all take it easy.
Who has to go to the bathroom?
Oh, I do.
Took a joyride in an SUV like you were an off-brand pope. Also,
No, I'm not going to give you a question. I'm not going to give you a question. You are fake news.
when the chips are down and Trump has a choice between helping Americans and helping his wealthy, powerful friends, he's always going to turn to his wealthy, powerful friends and say,
My heart is loyal only to Vladimir Putin.
Trump was telling Americans the COVID test was overrated. On the exact same day, he was telling Vladimir Putin he was sending him his best COVID test, his Glengarry COVID tests.
Donald Trump, a coward, a criminal.
I always wanted to get the Purple Heart. This was much easier.
Stand up for America.
And when we fight, we win.
Also, you make one hell of a superhero. Superman, the runaway train is heading for the chemical plant. Be that as it may, my friend Vlad has a head cold, so...
Now, a lot of the money that was supposed to go to Georgia and supposed to go to North Carolina and all of the others is going and has gone already. It's been gone for Vladimir Putin.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Don't negotiate, let's investigate, we'll accelerate.